Estamos en vivo.
Alright.
Hello. How are you? ¿Cómo estamos?
We are
Bien,
good.
usted?
You are good or you are not so good?
We are very good. We are going to wait for the people to come to the class.
They're waiting.
I don't know if I did that. Bueno, vamos a ver.
They're waiting. They're
We'll
waiting.
see how I just did that. I think I just did that to the público.
Uh-oh. Público.
Yeah, that was
Let's fix that
I'm
real
gonna have to
quick.
delete that.
Sorry, público. Sorry. It's not for you members only.
Okay. Let's see here. Share again.
It's really big.
Create post. Go here. And this is only gonna go to all paid members.
Just the members.
Listo.
Okay.
Okay. How are we? ¿Cómo estamos?
We are good?
This is what I was saying, see? You see how you're like
Mm-hmm.
looking all dramatic.
Nice.
I guess I'm lit up.
Turn this light on too. That'd be better? No. Or that light?
I don't know. We would mix. It would mix.
Mixing
Colors.
lighting. Mixing lighting. Doesn't really change much, but
Whatever.
alright.
How are we?
Hello, everybody.
Who's here with
hello,
us?
Hello. Welcome to the class. Live number 5. Staying alive.
Hello.
Welcome back to everybody who's coming back.
No one yet. Just
People are
waiting
trying it
for
out.
it.
People still coming home from work.
Yeah, I guess so. I think. As long as this has been put on correctly. Yeah, it's there. Good. Okay.
Okay, kids, we're gonna teach this class, this 5th class of the existence of Lux Lenguas English mastery.
There, people. Ahí va la gente entrando. 3.
Couple people here and there. Bienvenidos a todos.
How's everyone doing? Who's all here with us?
Who is here? Put this up. Put that computer there. Hola. Listo. Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay, so, surprise! I'm here. It's
Ruben,
Monday.
you're here, man.
It's Monday. Another reason why people might be fooled because it's Monday. It's not Tuesday, not the normal day. But you're here, so that's important too. Thanks for being here, guys. Gracias. We have a good class for today. We're gonna do some English practice, talk about some slang, some idioms. But first, maybe some business.
Okay. Let's get started with, I guess, the idea that we have new emojis.
New emojis.
Rodrigo is in the chat. What's up, Rodrigo?
Rodrigo, what's going on?
Rodrigo, ¿cómo estás?
We
Good to
have-
see you. It looks like you're still with the caca emoji.
Hey, wait it out. Only a couple, maybe one more week.
We saw some people's emojis have changed
Mhm.
to the peace sign. That's good. Welcome to month 2.
And for those of you who have not changed yet, we're hoping for it. We're hoping you guys can join us for the next few weeks, even though you won't see the two of us together. It'll still be just as valuable. We're going to plan these all together. And all right, a couple more people coming in. Alejandro. Nice. That's all business-wise. I think the emoji's changing. I'm leaving for a couple weeks, and we have a tip for you guys. Tip of the day to get into things.
Yeah, as you guys all know, we start the classes off with the tip of the day. If you're new here, we start with the tip of the day. And the tip of the day is...
The tip of the day for today has to do with thinking and the sound that you make when you're thinking, when we're speaking. In between phrases. In Spanish, we know commonly when we're thinking, we often say the sound bueno, o sea, and words like that. And the tip is to try to think about that sound when you're speaking English, to translate that sound, literally, actively try to pronounce this differently. And the sound that we make in English most of the time sounds more like
or I'm not sure.
Sure. Okay.
What was her name?
But I guess we should just keep going.
Right, it would sound so weird if someone was talking to you, like with a decent accent, and then they'd be like, I'm not sure. That would just sound weird. It would sound not native. It would sound as if, you spoke a different language. And this is a habit that is something that you just have to work on. You have to break this habit. It was something that cost me a lot of work in the beginning, where I was always saying,
bueno.
Entonces, directamente ahí te das cuenta que esa persona es extranjero cuando dice
Yeah, exactly. So that's a really small thing it seems like a small tip, but it's something that you can use all the time. And so these tips that we give you at the beginning of each of the lessons they're supposed to be, things that native speakers think about, things that or maybe don't think about, but apply in their natural conversations that non-native speakers don't always learn in classes or even just by talking to people. So you might notice these come out when we're speaking here together, but it's even more important to practice when you're in between your own thoughts when you're speaking English. Okay. So we have a question that some people who are new here, how the classes work. Maybe we should talk about that a little bit too, just to remind people, and maybe talk about the tips from the last couple classes if you're just joining us.
For those who are new, who all's new? Rodrigo said he was new. Who else is new?
Alejandro. Nice, bienvenidos.
Alejandro. Ana Luz. How'd she get in here? She doesn't have a little emoji.
Ana Luz.
It's okay. Some people kind of just snuck in there real quick.
Hey, we get a little taste for today. So, so the way that we've set these up is to have weekly lessons. Every week we talk with you guys live here for about 20 or 30 minutes. We have a lesson prepared, but we also have time to answer your questions. If you have personal questions about English, personal questions about life, romance, no.
And if you in English, sure,
anything
we can give you some tips on how to, if you're trying to speak to a foreigner and if you want to, impress them or maybe just make the experience of communication a lot more sincere, maybe.
Good word, sincere.
I think that we can help. So feel free.
But it's nice to have everyone here, and if you guys have questions too, just comment in the chat, and we'll answer as many as we can. We'll save some time at the end to answer some questions for you. And just quickly to remind you guys about the tips from the last two lessons. If you missed them, by the way, they're in the community tab. If you want to go back and see the previous classes, just look in the community tab and scroll down. You should see all the classes there. And a couple of the tips from last time. You want to remind them of the tips that we talked about last week?
I think I need you to remind me of the tips from last week.
We haven't been watching the tips. It's just these ones here.
Think of, think about.
We talked about think of and think about. If you remember these, we talked about think about something being a little bit more time consuming, spending time thinking, considering,
just want to let you know I'm thinking about you.
Whereas think of, we had a couple different uses. We had some idiomatic uses of think of, where we think of.
Or thought of.
Oh,
today I passed by.
Or have thought of, or I will have thought of. But the main point is that there's a couple different uses, right? And the other tip we had from the previous lesson was how to answer the question, what's up? So how do you answer that question if someone says, "What's up?"
All good.
Say, "All good."
Oh, good. You?
And we also taught them that it was to say nothing or not much. But either way, of course, there's lots of ways to answer those questions. Just don't say necessarily "fine, thanks," or technically, if someone says "What's up?" and you say "good," it's not really answering the question. When someone says "What's up?" they're asking what you're doing. ¿Cómo va?
Como va? Exactly. What's
But
up?
it's not as "Cómo va?" because the answer to "Cómo va?" could be how. How are you doing? So when the question begins with a what, we tend to say nothing, not much, not too much, and then we tell people what we're actually doing. Not much, just hanging out. But today's different.
How?
In
How
a
is today
way,
different?
We're talking about some
Senor
idioms.
Ruin.
Think about. These are also phrasal verbs. They're considered idiomatic, meaning they're not exactly translated literally. If you translated them into Spanish, it doesn't always make sense. And today we're going to talk about some more idioms. We have a couple more phrases, like fixed phrases for you guys. But also, we're going to talk about slang. Slang, not slangs, first of all.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
If you guys know some slang terms, go ahead and comment them in the chat here too. I want to know what you guys know about slang. What do you consider slang in English? What do you consider slang in Spanish? And I want to just talk about the differences because we're going to refer to these terms more in the future. So if you guys know what we're talking about when it comes to slang or when it comes to idioms or fixed phrases, and then we'll kind of clarify those differences for you.
So slang. Anyone who knows some slang in English?
Well, what do you consider slang? What would you define as slang? What do you think of when you hear the word slang, Dustin?
When I think of slang, I think of something that is not used in a formal setting. I think of something that
Alright,
you
not
would
Should write these down.
use amongst your friends.
Okay.
If I'm trying to kind of build a friendship, not necessarily on a professional level, rather just, a friend that, like amongst my good friends, we speak and we have slang terms. I use slang a lot to add a little bit more color to the conversation.
Okay. What is it about slang that makes it, I guess, interesting to use with good friends? Why do we use slang with good friends? What's the purpose?
In my opinion, I think slang is used with good friends because it's more relaxed. It can be funny. It can be not necessarily like correct. Rather, it's just, hey, it's kind of like a way of speaking to someone with a little bit more endearment just because, we're close friends and we can do that and we don't have to impress one another. And sometimes I think I get into a relaxed mode. I've seen people go from professional mode and then I've seen people go to the slang mode and it can be drastically different. And it's interesting to see people cross into those different, modes.
Yeah, so it shows different types of speaking. Obviously, when you're talking to somebody, you show off different abilities, I guess. But this is kind of a good point to bring up because when we talk about learning English and being natural, it's important to have both abilities. Know how to sound professional and know how to sound more, I guess, friendly or more approachable to new people. Because that informal language is really the way that you connect more. It makes you sound a little bit more native, to be honest. Especially if you're a little bit younger, but hopefully these help these expressions.
So someone actually mentioned lunfardo.
Yeah. What do you know about lunfardo?
What do I know about it?
Yeah.
It's used in Argentina. The history on it is lunfardo, I think, was created for a way to kind of speak in code amongst the police. They wanted to be able to speak in ways that like other people didn't understand.
Among the police?
If the police is around, you can speak this way. If police is around and I want to say something to my friend, I'm gonna speak in lunfardo, maybe.
Right.
But it's very specific to Buenos Aires.
Sure.
And I guess you could say it's kind of similar to what we're talking about today.
Yeah, so lunfardo for sure is slang of Buenos Aires. Lunfardo comes also from mixes of Italian. So you see a lot of Italian words borrowed into Spanish, of course, but most of you guys know that. But it's not the only thing that's considered slang in Spanish. Maybe in Buenos Aires, the porteño slang is considered lunfardo. I think that's maybe the majority of all those terms get grouped into that category. So there is a American lunfardo, I guess. It's not a mix of other languages. It's but it's just like any other language. Every language has slang, or so you could say.
Could slang be between colleagues, or is it only informal?
That's a great question.
You wanted to write? You want me to write something?
Yeah, if you want to answer, if you want to correct spelling or grammar, you can also do that too for fun.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely use slang with colleagues. I think that it's important to understand the difference, maybe understand the relationship before you decide which type of language to use. But I think more and more certain companies, certain types of businesses, especially in like tech companies, or if people that you work with are around your same age, if everyone's more or less peers, right, in like the same age group, or under 30, I would say, then generally you often find that people use informal language or slang in the workplace. So it's not, of course, the most it's not the most common thing to use all the time, but understand certain terms or certain expressions can be used without worry. You won't offend anybody as long as you understand the register, the type of informality. So, and we'll talk about that. So, you can use it with colleagues, you can use it with friends, you can use it with neighbors. And let's talk about an example. Let's throw up an example here that we can show them with maybe an idiom versus a slang. So same expression. Let's put this phrase in here as a slang, and then the first one being. So the first thing we're going to type in here is an idiom. We talked about slang being informal and used with friends and super kind of casual, but an idiom is just another way to describe a phrase. Usually it's 2, 3, 4 words that has to be used in that order, has to be used in that specific fixed phrase. And we use them often to mean something else, to mean something in a figurative way. So the first idiom we have is "it's been forever," or "long time no see." How many of you guys have heard that expression, "long time no see"? I think people teach that.
Long time
Ruben!
no see.
Long time no see.
Hey man, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. All right, see, that sounds a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
If I say "long time no see" and he says "it's been a minute," we're kind of using different registers, I suppose, slang-wise, but it's, of course, not really that noticeable because they do both mean the same thing. It kind of means the same thing. I haven't seen you in a long time. So make sure it's long time no see and not see. Long time no see. It's not grammatical. That's the whole point of an idiom, I guess, is that it's just fixed, and it's the way that it's said, and nobody really asks questions. Nobody even thinks about that. As a native speaker, we don't think about those things. Like, why is it long time no see?
I never thought about that.
Tarzan, like,
yeah. Long time no see.
But, that's how we say it. So long time no see is a common expression. People say that. My parents say that. My grandparents would say that.
I've heard in Spanish, I think like, "y ese milagro." Have you heard that?
Yeah.
"Y ese milagro."
Yeah, but it's, about like a slang expression?
Yeah, I feel like that's like something that like I've heard in scenarios, in similar scenario.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. So, hace mil que no te veo. Yeah, hace mil, hace un tiempo. You can say lots of things.
Hace mil que no te veo. It's been 1,000 since I haven't seen you.
So we would say in English, it's been a minute, which is funny.
Yeah.
Because a minute is not that long. So it's ironic. It's funny. I like
to use wow, it's been a minute, man. What's going on?
It's been a minute.
Or I think there are other scenarios where if I'm going to say it's been forever.
It's been forever. It's
been forever since we've last seen each other.
Oh my goodness.
I will really accentuate and focus on that forever. And it's been forever since we've seen each other. Gosh.
Forever. But it's been a minute. So emphasizing those stressed syllables and exaggerating, holding them out is even more native-like. Right? It shows how the rhythm works in English, and we talk about this here and there. Forever. So it's been forever. You can say it's been a minute. Takes it to a little bit more of a slang category, I suppose. It's been a minute, but if you use it, I also think that it sounds like you know English really well.
When you say it's been a minute?
If you guys use it's been a minute in conversation,
100%.
Sounds like, well, you must have lived in like New York or something for a semester, or you traveled to somewhere and picked that up. Yeah.
I would definitely, I mean, but you and I pay attention to these things, but if I heard a non-native English speaker say, hey, it's been a minute, I'm like, whoa. Like, they know what they're doing.
It's been a minute.
And it's so subtle. It's so,
Minute also, by the way, for those of you who are saying the word minut, like minut, it's been a minut. This is how I would spell it for y'all.
It's been a minute.
Minute.
Does that make sense? It's been a minute.
Minute. Instead of minut, it's been a minute. It's been a couple of minutes. But minute, it's been a minute, son. It's been a minute. All right, a couple more of these examples. So idiom and slang. I'm all set. I'm all set. You guys know that expression? I'm all set means I'm okay. I'm doing fine. Especially if someone offers you something. Would you like some more water? No, thanks. I'm all set.
I'm all set.
All right. Versus a slang expression might be, I'm straight.
I'm straight. Like, did you want some more coffee? I'm straight.
I'm straight. Yeah. I think more.
But I think if you're at a restaurant, you'd probably say I'm all set.
I'm all set. I'm all set. I'm okay.
Unless your friend is the server, and then you'd be like, no, I'm straight, man. Thanks.
I'm straight. Yeah. You want some more? I'm straight. You can use this for anything. If anyone offers you more of something or offers you something to begin with, food, drink, drugs, alcohol, and you don't want any, you can just say, I'm straight.
I'm straight.
I suppose that is, you were telling me before that it's like a little bit more
masculine.
Yeah,
like I'm straight. Yeah.
I hear that more also from men, but it's of course it's a word you might hear it. It's good to understand it.
It's definitely something that I tend to hear more from males than from females, but I've heard females use it, and therefore when someone, Natty says she's never heard that before.
Oh yeah, send us some of those brain busts.
I'm straight.
You get some emojis specifically
straight.
for this. I'm straight. I'm good. A lot of people say I'm good.
I'm good.
Even though you might say I'm doing okay. I'm fine. I'm good is also slang. But not really. Of course, it doesn't seem like it, but it's very informal. So I'm all set. I'm straight. It's been forever, and it's been a minute. A couple more here. We have to hang out, or to like spend time with someone. You guys know these expressions. To hang out with someone is to chill.
Yeah,
to hang out.
Right. Chill, right?
Yeah, chill. Or I was gonna say like this is even more slang. I think people even know the word chill. But they're both slang for sure.
So you want me to write that next to this?
Let's write them both. Chill and roll.
Okay. I'll do
to mean first. To be with someone, to travel with someone, like to hang out with, to move around with, to be friends with. Do you still roll with Dustin? You guys still roll together?
Yeah.
That's super slang. I mean, I would never expect a non-native speaker to say you guys still roll together. And normally we're talking about, do you guys still hang out? Do you guys still go out together? Do you guys still spend time?
But also
weird to say that, spend time.
Like emphasis. I guess a lot of the times we're going to speak in personal scenarios or personal examples, and for me, I tend to use more of like the chill, like oh yeah, we were chilling, or I was chilling with Ruben the other day.
Yeah.
And Ruben and I were just chilling yesterday.
Just chilling, yeah.
Yeah.
So chilling also
spend some time.
More like just doing nothing or sitting in the same space.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, the next one here also, you can use the same slang word, roll, to express that you are leaving, right? So if you guys are at a party or if you're at someone's house and you want to leave, instead of saying, hey, let's go, let's leave.
Hey guys, let's leave the house now.
Let's exit the premises. You would say, hey, let's roll.
Hey, yo, oh, hey, you want to roll? Like, we're about to be...
We're gonna roll.
We got 10 minutes until the class starts, and we need to set up. Like, you ready to roll?
Yeah, let's roll.
Cool.
Let's roll. Let's head out. So this word roll you see a lot with just between friends, hanging out together, but also more leaving. Let's roll. Especially if you're already planning to leave.
There's what about, like, have you ever, like, it reminds me of rolling with the homies.
Rolling with the homies. You guys ever see Clueless?
Rolling with the homies.
From 1997.
Should I add this like that or do G?
I would take away the G.
Okay, rolling with the homies.
To roll isn't to live necessarily. It's just to leave. Maybe that's what you misunderstood. Not live de vivir, leave de salir, de irse. Leave. So it's you're going like, let's roll, vamos, no?
Yeah.
Nos fuimos. Like it gets bounced. Let's leave.
I have to roll, guys.
Let's leave.
Guys, I gotta roll. Like,
Can
we make this quick? Cause I gotta roll.
I gotta roll.
Yeah.
So roll meaning leave is in irse, salir, andar, you know. So all these phrases you can use today. You can use them whenever, and of course they're helpful for understanding too. They're not just for your use. If you feel uncomfortable using them right now, just listen for them. You know, we see them in like shows, in TV shows, series.
Could you repeat the meaning of rolling with the homies? Again, this is extremely slang.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I feel. I mean,
and
anyone.
Not new slang either. Right?
Anyone, yeah, it's not necessarily new. I think that anyone can use this, but I do tend to hear this amongst more males.
Rolling with the homies.
Rolling with the homies.
So homies are friends.
Yeah, homies equals friends.
Homies are friends, and
Homies
rolling is
equals
like
friends.
hanging out with, spending time with. So spending time with your friends.
And then homie would it be like that or EY?
I think it's the IE. Yeah.
IE. Okay. Homie equals a friend. But this is older stuff too. But it's used. It's used. Like I'll even write a message and I'll say, homie, how you doing?
It's true. He does.
I like that. That's like very much a term of endearment for me to when I speak to my friends. Like, what's up, homie? Like, can't wait to see you, homie.
And you guys can choose your own personal, like what you vibe with. You know, what you really feel. Well, that's another one. Vibe. You gotta write this one. Last one.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Vibe.
Like like caerle bien. Like me cae re bien. I really vibe with this person. And maybe you can also vibe with a word or a phrase. Like if you really like to say it,
Get along with.
if you like the word homie, like he really vibes with that word. to vibe with is the expression here. You guys vibing with this lesson? You guys vibing with this information?
Yeah.
So
Give us the manitos for those who are watching.
And like we want to be able to use this. We want you to be able to use this stuff right away. So if there's any questions about it, if it doesn't make any sense, let us know. But let's see if there's any other questions here. Just to wrap this up again, we had these expressions to be. It's been forever, right? It's been a minute. Those expressions mean the same thing. It's been a long time. We had I'm all set, or I'm straight. So I'm okay. I don't need any more. I'm straight, which is kind of new for the slang expression. We had to roll, or to chill, which is to hang out with someone, to spend time, chill, and to roll, which is also to leave, to exit, and to go somewhere else. And finally, the vibing with is just feeling connected to it, feeling like you like it, vibing with this stuff, and hopefully you guys are too. And vibing like you're on the same frequency. Exactly. You're vibing. It's like kind of the same, vibrar, you know?
Yeah.
You get the nice vibraciones, vibras. Buena onda. You can also say that too. Muy buena onda. It's really like, I like the vibe. I like the onda.
Yeah.
So a lot of ways to use this word, and we're just giving you a taste here. We don't have a ton of time to go into those details, but if you have questions about them, please comment here, or even after the fact. We'll be answering those and trying our best to help you guys move forward with English. Are there other questions here that you want to get into that we didn't cover?
Any other questions out there before we end the class today?
See a lot of colleagues, colleges. Make sure you spell this word colleagues. I think we had helped them with that too.
Okay, off topic. I would like to know how to pronounce the letter V and B if you have to spell the word. Okay. Yes.
Well, we had how to pronounce the differences between V and B.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is it seems to be simpler for English speakers because in Spanish we tend to push those together, right? Vamos or la uva. In English, they're really distinct sounds.
I feel like I've seen sometimes, like, if you're gonna say, like, if you say, like, that's true in Spanish, what would you say?
La verdad, la verdad, la verdad,
like,
la verdad,
la verdad, you can do that, but also, like, I feel like
la verdad, la verdad.
Vamos is more like vamos with your lips, and then verdad is either, like, I don't, maybe you don't necessarily, like, put your lips together. What I'm getting at is, I feel like sometimes it depends on on how you enunciate it, but I've seen, and maybe you tell me because you've studied this a lot more than I have. Okay. I feel like V is V or V, V, where I don't touch my lips together, but and B is B.
Yeah.
B. Lips are being touched together, and it is so subtle and so you really have to pay attention to these things, but that's the difference that I see.
Yeah. So that's a good point. I think the visual part of it is really helpful too. So if you say a B larga, like burro, or uba, like Universidad de Buenos Aires, in English we would say B, just like we would say M, just like we would say P. Pa, ma, ba, pa, ma, ba. And so when Spanish speakers pronounce V's, they do the same thing. They say like never, 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 ever. Or every day. And what we need to do for those V sounds, V,
it's like
I'm not going to exaggerate it. You gotta connect the teeth to the lip.
Yeah. V versus B.
You don't have to bite your lips so much, but it's kind of like just a soft breath, and it should be between your lip and your teeth. Otherwise, B, V, B, V. Berry, strawberry,
and very good.
Berries are very
good.
Very. I hope that helps. It's a very visual thing. Very visual. It's a very visual. Of course,
yeah.
I was.
We hope we answered the question.
Nice. Well, thanks guys for being here. This is awesome. Another great lesson.
Another successful class.
Number 5. We're gonna keep going all month. You're gonna keep going. We'll come back.
Yeah.
A few weeks.
Yeah, this month will be a little different. You know, I'll be teaching a couple classes. Ruben might chime in on one of them. We'll see how that goes. But yes, stay active in the comments.
Yes.
Stay active on the community tab, and we will be in touch.
See you guys next week.
Yeah. See you guys soon.
And remember, y verifico.